All right. So Wingspan. Start on that side of the room. What do you think?
So I like birds.
I like
They taste delicious.
I'm not
agree.
afraid of
Okay.
birds.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So thematically, this game is great. It soars all over the place in a bunch of different places. Gameplay-wise, I find that it stagnates in little areas, but I think that I like playing it so much that I don't care that it's not thrilling. This is probably one of the only games in my collection that I will play just to play. I don't care if I win. Because more often than not, if I play to win, I'm going to be fighting the RNG too hard in this game, which is really rough to deal with. And it's just better to just enjoy the game, look at the pretty cards, and talk about birds while you're playing. I do enjoy the game that's there. I just don't think it's... I think the randomness, if you're trying to play it too hard, is going to bog you down.
Okay. How about you?
I just have to say that Montauk was spot on with 1 GTR from you and a win from me. That was exactly what he predicted. So well done on that. That was impressive.
Fist bump.
So
Okay.
I'm liking it more the more times I play. I think I'm seeing more in it, like more strategies that I can take and things that I could do. The first time I played, I felt like I got to the end and that last round I was just making eggs because it seemed like points. But this time I got to kind of see the nuance of those activations that you can do and how those can work together. And I really tried to focus on getting those to kind of spin off of each other so that my turns were churning points. So that was interesting. Of course, I also feel like this theme, it's gained such traction. So many people are interested in this, that it is good for the hobby and that people who aren't necessarily gamers are like, oh, I like birds, I like nature. You can kind of bring in family members or people who you want to play games with that maybe weren't interested. And I think that's always a boon because that's probably the number one question I get as a female is how do I get this person or that person to play games, which my answer is always don't leave them alone, don't force them. But this is a good way to kind of introduce it if they're at all interested. I think this theme is going to grab a lot of people. So I like the theme. The production quality is insane. This little house, it's a little fiddly, but I love it. I still want to roll them through this little house. It's adorable. It has great table presence. These are huge but gorgeous, and they didn't have to do this in production, right? Like they could have just had you laying it out, but this looks beautiful on the table. So yeah, that's what I think of it. What about you?
I enjoy the game. We didn't play this for the first time until last week. Until, everybody's talking about this game. It's the buzz all over the gaming community, it seems. And I was curious what the buzz was about. So played it, and I think it's fine for what it is. There is nothing, mechanically, there is nothing exceptional about this game. This is fine for what it is. Mm-hmm. However, present company and a lot of y'all are not who this game is for. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in a good way, in a sense that we can enjoy playing this for what it is. I'm not wanting these 2 hours back. I enjoyed spending this time. I enjoyed the theme. The production, like you said, is ridiculous in a good way. Ridiculous.
Yes,
it's crazy. I love the artwork. I love the flavor text. We didn't go over a lot of the flavor text that's on the bottom of the cards. It shows the habitats for where the birds are. And I think they're beautiful. I think it's done amazingly, presented in an amazingly great way.
Yeah.
However, who this is for those people that you spoke about. And what I mean by that is it's an engine builder, but it's a basic engine builder, but it shows you engine building and it presents it in such a refined and streamlined way that, look, you have 4 options on your turn. Start right to left, activate the cards when you do the action. Okay.
And it can be fun in that you're like, oh, I can build up and get these things
100%.
and burn cards.
And so what this does is I think this is a amazingly good gateway for engine building.
Yes.
I think that this is also going to be a good game, as a lot of y'all have said in the Peanut Gallery, that a lot of y'all love playing this game with folks who are either new in the hobby, younger, or folks that just aren't in the hobby, parents or older, whatever, someone that's not in a hobby. I think this is going to do an amazingly good job of doing exactly that, which is what I think the goal of this game was.
Yeah.
Is there anything revolutionary here? Nope, not a thing. Have we all done this before in some form or fashion? Yup. However, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Now, somebody asked, people compare this to Terraforming Mars. It's an engine builder. You're playing cards to your tableau.
It's about as much. You can compare this to Terraforming Mars as you can compare this to Race of the Galaxy.
Right.
Yeah, it's not. It's a very simplified, refined, streamlined, whatever word you want to use for it, tableau builder, engine builder. And I think it does a really good job for what it is. And the production quality is fantastic. Now on the flip side, things that I'm not super keen on. Now, we live in Boston. It's humid in Boston. It's not Miami, but still, the boards are warpy. They absolutely are. All of them are, and we've fought with it for a number of minutes to try and get them to lay flat. Number one, that's probably the biggest issue I would see. The second thing is I don't like the I get that it's a lid for it and it's whatever. I just don't like plastic like that. It doesn't fit with the rest of this. You have wooden cubes, you have the wooden eggs, you have the really high-end quality cards, you've got the bird feeder, the chunky dice, and then this plastic piece. I understand, might as well make use of it, I get it, but it just doesn't feel like it fits. I will say, though, the paper.
I know, it's so beautiful.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's nice to touch. But yeah.
My biggest issue with the game, besides the RNG, but again, like I said, you can kind of neglect that. The score at the end of the goal thing, it comes with a second side, and that side is, instead of being like a race to the most, it's just, did you do it? Cool. How many times did you do it? You get that many points.
Well, again, it's to simplify things. But let's talk about the randomness in this game. The stream's been going now for an hour and 50 minutes, give or take a little bit. The game, realistically, the three of us, we'd bust this out in an hour.
Yeah.
Easy. I'm okay with the amount of randomness that is in this game, given the play length. I also know that there is a draft version, to a draft variant, to where your starting cards, you can draft. So pick one, choose, da-da-da-da-da, and then go from there. Just like any hand building card type thing where you have a hand of cards, that's always a variant. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
On my starting cards for my goal cards, I didn't really have good options for either one of them. So I just bet on the come as far as the historian card, birds named after a person. I think I saw 3. Possibly. And
That
one of which
definitely is
white
something
at
that
the
can
end.
happen.
And there was almost nothing that I could do about that.
But these are so low points. I don't think they're the game changer.
Agreed.
So you really can go somewhere else and make up those points and take different actions.
But the randomness is there, just pointing it out.
True.
And like Greg said, the RNG is, it's random is random, right?
Yeah, and I think it's better served if you don't bother fighting it and just let whatever comes to you work out the best that you can make it.
Lemonade out of lemons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those at home, RNG is... Go ahead. What's RNG? I don't know.
Oh, or a random number generator. The
Number
randomness.
generator.
Just
I know it's
drawing cards.
randomness, but it's nice to say it out for people
Yeah.
watching.
So, but yeah, I think the goal of this game, in my opinion, what Elizabeth and Stonemeyer were trying to do was make a beautifully produced gateway engine builder with a cool theme, which I love unique themes. I don't know there's a whole lot of like bird themed games out there. I think they nailed it in that regard. If you're looking for a heavy strategy game, this ain't the game, but it doesn't try to be. So,
But as Tony said, there needs to be more games out there than just really heavy brain burning games, and so we need games like this too. Stop.
no, obviously, because the more people that games like this bring into the hobby, the more those people then some of those want to see what else is out there, and that's where the heavy game comes from. So there you go. So that is Wingspan. So
Yeah.
thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, Elizabeth, for joining
Yes.
us as well. It was cool to see you in the Peanut Gallery, so thanks for hanging out. If you guys liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe and join the multitude of new patrons that joined us. You can go to pledgehc.com,
Yep.
support the show there. A
Get
couple
those patron-only benefits like
Slack channel and
Glory to Rome stream this week.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. The next stream is Wednesday. That is only for $5 and
Patrons
up
only.
patrons. It is BUS. It is a Glory to Rome stream, meaning we don't self-edit in that stream.
Nope.
Not safe for work in that one. That's 9 p.m. on Wednesday.
Yes.
Other than that, we will be back Thursday with the Tramways expansion, Friday with On Mars, and Sunday, 1889. Pretty solid week, I would say.
A little bit.
Good.
All right, so thanks, everybody. I'm Edward.
I'm Jess.
And I'm Greg.
All right, y'all have a wonderful day. Happy Earth Day. That's it. We'll
Yes.
see y'all on Wednesday. Take care, y'all.